All right, well, we'll do it that way for now.
Cool.
All right, Fox 17's Johnny Maffei here with Michael Chandler, the UFC zone, and you're doing a big fundraising push right now. You're in Nashville now. I want to talk about that. When did you move here, and what makes this place different for you?
Man, I love this city. I've been here since 2017. So actually, in my former promotion, when I fought for Bellator, we were owned by, or we are a property of Viacom. Viacom had CMT, Country Music Television. For those of you who don't know, obviously we live in Nashville, of course you know.
Yeah.
But we used to go to the CMT Awards, walk the red carpet. So we frequented Nashville numerous times for about a 5 year period, and we knew we wanted to move somewhere, plant our own roots. We knew we were leaving San Diego because I started training down in Florida, and man, this place just spoke to us. We had some friends here, and every single person we ever talked to was like, "This is a beautiful city, amazing people, and a great place to raise a family." And we have done all of those things now. So we love Nashville, and we are calling Nashville home for the long haul.
Absolutely. Right now at the 7-Eleven stores, you guys are doing the Form Energy drink with the new push, the new flavor, and it's going to the Folds of Honor. I know you play in the softball game. We do stuff with them too. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, no, they're an amazing organization, and the Form Energy Folds of Honor Cherry Slush flavor is an amazing flavor. Now available at 7-Eleven, and yeah, Folds of Honor is just it's near and dear to my heart. As you mentioned, I played in the softball game a couple times. I play in the golf tournament, go to the gala every year. They're just amazing, amazing people with an amazing cause, obviously supporting educational scholarships for our fallen men and women in uniform and first responders. We don't get to do what we do and enjoy the liberties that we get to enjoy every single day without our men and women in uniform. So it's near and dear to my heart, and Folds of Honor is a great way to partner with an amazing organization. And it's really cool that Form Energy has made this partnership. I know Anheuser-Busch and Form, and they've all been kind of working together for years now, and this made a lot of sense. So a portion of the proceeds of every single can goes to benefit Folds of Honor and those families.
Yeah, definitely. Where does not just for the sake of the promotion here, but where does I guess an energy drink play in whether it's training or fight day or gearing up for stuff?
It's a good question. It's a natural energy with green tea extract. And more than anything, too, my the life that I have built, the foundation that I've built is all about hard work and doing the hard work and doing things right, doing more than what is asked of you. And that is exactly what Form Energy was built upon. And then, yeah, whether it's before a workout, whether it's after a workout, whether it's when I'm traveling, bringing the Form Energy with me for a nice little pick me up. Um, just inserting it into my daily routine, man. And it's a natural form of energy, so it works out well.
Definitely. Speaking of training, what's going on now for you?
I'm actually training for a wrestling match right now. So I'm getting back to my roots, back to my foundation. Live here in Nashville, called Nashville home, but I'm from Missouri, wrestled at Mizzou, became an All-American there, and haven't really competed in wrestling since 2009, but got the opportunity to wrestle Chad Mendez November 29th in Chicago at Real American Freestyle. So we're gearing up for that. I trained this morning, and wrestling is still the hardest sport ever created, much harder than mixed martial arts. So I've been enjoying that, although I'm being humbled every single day by guys a lot younger than me right now. But man, it's enjoyable, and I'm excited to go out there and compete.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you're still in SEC country, of course. Legendary record there at Mizzou, on the mat. What did you've been asked this before, but for our viewers, what did you take from that and how do you still use that today, even though, I know you said you're getting back into it now, but obviously you use that every day.
Yeah, no, I mean, the wrestling was the foundation by which all of this was built. 90%, 99% of the people out there who know who I am and what I've done, it's because of the sport of mixed martial arts. But the foundation was built years and years before that at Mizzou, at the Hearn Center, at Northwest High School back in Missouri, in St. Louis, Missouri. And that's where the foundation was really built. I was a walk on. I walked on. Coach didn't really even know who I was, but I walked on, took a chance, bet on myself, and ended up becoming a 4-year starter, national qualifier, and ultimately an All-American. And that gave me the wherewithal and the self-assurance and confidence to be able to say, hey, I'm going to go throw myself into this mixed martial arts thing. I figured I'd give it a try at Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri in 2009, and I've been trying it ever since. And heck, we may end up fighting at the South Lawn of the White House. Who knows? So it's like, it's one of those things, man, where fighting is what I do, but it's not who I am. I'm always a wrestler at my core and a St. Louis wrestler, to be more specific.
Absolutely. So as you know, college wrestling not as prominent as the UFC in the ESPN headlines, the sports media world. What's the biggest difference when you're getting ready for a match or for a fight now, and it's just there's so much noise. There's a lot going on. You need to tune some stuff out, but then you need to promote the fight too and do the pressers and everything. What's Michael back then versus Michael back now when, on that side of things as
Yeah.
well?
No, it's a great question. I mean, obviously, the good Lord has continued to expand my ability to handle all of the things, right? Because back in the day, it was just 200 people watching me at the Hearn Center and not no news headlines, no media, no nothing. It was just the love of the game. And I
Yep.
would show up, put my wrestling shoes on, and coach would tell me what to do, and I would run through a brick wall for him. And now it's promotion and bright lights and huge platforms and huge opportunities and big relationships and all kinds of great opportunities that I get to do. So you just kind of, not to mention the fact that I'm married with 3 children now. So as we get older, we get busier and a lot of things on our plate. So it's just praying for wisdom every single day that I will know how to handle everything that is thrown at me. But ultimately, too, just keeping the main thing. Showing up, doing the small things with enthusiasm that nobody's willing to do, and showing up every single day. And my emotions and my feelings don't get a vote because I've set a standard for myself, and I continue to hold that standard. And the platform keeps getting bigger, but the work just stays the same.
Yeah, definitely. And you talk about emotions there. I mean, the highs and lows of a fight. It's not a 162 game baseball season. It's not a half year long, NFL season. I mean, how do you build up those emotions? They build up on their own, really, right? I
Yeah.
mean, and then you need to handle that and get ready again for whatever's next. You got to get back in the gym. You got to recover, whatever it might be.
Yeah, it's a great insight because in the sport of wrestling, for example, which was my only frame of reference, I could lose a match on Wednesday and get back in the win column on Saturday.
Yeah.
I was only a loser for a couple days, right? And then I
Mhm.
can go get back in the win column. Mixed martial arts, we don't get the opportunity to fight, but every 4 to 6 to 8 months sometimes. So it's really about who you're spending your time with in between those opportunities. Because 6 months with a loss hanging over your head is a very long time, and it's the relationships that you've accrued, the team that you have around you, your family, your friends, your closest of kin, your teammates. Obviously we spoke about Form Energy. I've had a relationship with these guys for such a long time. We come from the same streets. I grew up like 15 minutes away from, where everything was kind of founded, and knowing of Anheuser-Busch passing their signs and seeing their insignia all over Busch Stadium and everything. It's like creating these long lasting relationships that say, hey, yeah, that loss was painful, but it's about the relationships and the people that you carry with you, right? And that is probably the most important thing. The scariest place you can be after a loss is alone and hiding from the world and hiding from those relationships. And just I've made a huge habit of speaking about it and surrounding myself with great people. And I've been doing that now for the last 16 years of mixed martial arts, and it's worked out pretty well.
And expanding on what you just touched on a little, I mean, part of obviously you want to win and you want to win and you want to win and you want to get those, all the training, you want to get the results there. Um, but then, you're a kid and part of the dream is if Anheuser-Busch is signing you, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, kind of a dream come true, to be honest. It's one of those things, man, where it was an unattainable type of thing where I thought I was and growing up. And then all of a sudden you start to grow. And as I said, you grow and you mature and you expand and you accomplish and you keep working and things keep working out. And then eventually one day you wake up and you're like, holy cow, man, I'm so fortunate, so grateful, so blessed to be doing what I do at a high level for so long and having so many amazing people around me, and people that believe in me, and a family to provide for. And it's truly a dream that I'm living, man. And I don't take it lightly. And I realize that the rent is due every single day. When I wake up, I have an opportunity to take steps toward my goals or take steps away from them. And I just pray that I can make the right choice more often than not.
yeah, what's the family balance with your career?
Balance is a myth, I think.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals where it's like you can't be 100% a great father and husband and 100% a great, businessman, athlete, pouring your full self into it. So I think I've learned to just show myself the grace because everything happens for reasons and everything happens for seasons, right? So when I'm fully focused on a training camp, I can't be there 100% for my family and my wife and even business partners and all of the different things that are in my life. But then I get done with the goal and the accomplishment, or whether it's a win or a loss, I still accomplished the thing of showing up with my best foot forward. And then I can pour into other aspects of my life. And, life is just a constant cycle of, train, eat, sleep, recover, serve, love, peace, joy. Having a perfect balance is one of the things where shown myself the grace that you're not going to be 100% on every single area of your life. And I think that's where we can add a little bit too much pressure on ourselves sometimes and just know that everything happens for a reason and everything happens for a season. But, like right now I'm excited. I got, a couple more hours of work today. I'll go pick up my sons from school, and it's like those moments. And then eating dinner with them at night. We had a family dinner last night and a cool special celebration for my son Hap, a cool gift that he's been wanting for years, and enjoyed the delayed gratification of, it wasn't no, but it was not yet. And then all of a sudden we surprised him with him. So these moments, these core memories that we can create outside of training camps, especially, that, life is just a beautiful journey and a masterpiece that you're painting every single day.
Very well put. And an athlete thinks of painting that masterpiece, nobody until, a couple months ago thought, the White House might be in that painting. Uh, Next July, they're talking about doing it. All signs point to it's going to happen. Are you going to be involved? I know Dana's not confirming anything till February.
Yeah, he's not confirming anything till February, so I may or may not know a little bit before then. Who knows? They keep things pretty tight-lipped, for good reason, obviously. But yeah, I mean, it's an unprecedented one of one type of event, the type of event that people say I never thought that would happen, and I think all of us thought that it would never happen, but it looks like it's happening, and why shouldn't it be me versus Conor McGregor in the main event? So we'll see, man. It's exciting. All I can do is keep my nose to the grindstone and keep on training every single day. They know I want it. Seems like they want it as well. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and whether it's the president showing or the who's who in the crowd at some of these fights, where does it's some of the more intense stuff, right? Where does that play into how you want to hype yourself up versus I can't control this. They need to hype up the TV, the crowd, the millions watching on whatever, platform. It's going to get hyped either way, and you either need to deal with it, lock in, or embrace it.
Yeah, man, it's one of those deals where you're kind of you like to feel like you're in control in your life. It's you want to feel like you're in control, but really with fight promotion and how big some of these fights are that I've been in, and the cards and the promotion and all that stuff, and all of that pales in comparison to this one that we're talking about. You're just going to be kind of tied onto a tornado. You got to embrace the chaos, embrace the uncertainty. It's kind of like a fight. Like the cage door closes, the octagon closes, Bruce Buffer screams your name, the crowd goes wild, and then you're kind of tied onto a tornado for as long as the fight lasts. Could be 15 minutes, 25, or it could be 15 seconds. You don't know, and it's not really your prerogative to know. You just have to kind of be like water, like Bruce Lee said, be like water, and be moldable and adaptable. And it's going to be big. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be not just the biggest fight of the year, but the biggest fight in UFC history. So, man, I'm excited about it, and it's going to be fun.
All right, if we have time for one last question here, we talked about everything, if not everything, but a few different aspects. Um, what do you think the hardest thing for you is day to day to stay at the top of business, family, fighting?
I think it's as things grow and get bigger, it's the blessing and sometimes the conundrum of the options and the opportunities. I've got a lot of options and a lot of opportunities, and I just pray for wisdom every single day to know what doors to open, what doors to keep closed, what hands to shake, what directions to go, what paths to go down. Because I've gone down some wrong paths. I've made wrong decisions here and there. I've wasted time, but it's all water under the bridge, and it's all learning lessons. So it's just asking for wisdom every single day, because there's a plethora of opportunities and options every single day. So I think I do a pretty good job of it, because ultimately too, I got to keep the main thing the main thing. my faith, my family, and my fighting are the three most important things in my life. And as long as there's things aligned with those, you can't go wrong.
Absolutely, Michael Chandler. Great to meet you. Thanks so much for coming on with us.
You got it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.